डॉक्टर साहब, पद्मा को सदमा सफेद बालों की वजह से लगा है।
Women are constantly being bombarded with signals telling them to get that youthful glow and defy signs of aging. But if looking older is inevitably what happens to everyone, why do we try so hard to stop it? Since ancient times, people have sought elixirs, herbal powders, and fountains of youth to extend the strength and vitality of young age. But the obsession with women specifically wanting to look young can be traced back to Victorian England. Victorian physicians, influenced by classical thinking, promoted the theory that women age faster than men. And popular literature at the time reinforced the notion that appearing old was undesirable. Authors like Charles Dickens and Henry James portrayed women in their 40s and 50s as miserable hags who were physically decaying. Because old age was consistently portrayed as horrible, the fear of appearing old became entrenched in women. In the year 1889, the first commercial product was invented to cover the appearance of wrinkles. By the early 20th century, a separate anti-aging skincare industry emerged with cosmetic creams at the forefront. Throughout the 20th century, this anti-aging industry only grew bigger and bigger, employing a range of advertising scare tactics that primarily sold the fear of looking old to women as old as 22.
My skin felt young and radiant.
Today, many anti-aging products like gold facial creams and retinoids are marketed to women on the basis that they will scientifically reverse the process of aging, all bolstered by medical-sounding claims like DNA repair, stem cell treatment, and collagen boosting. In reality, these so-called cosmeceuticals are barely regulated in most countries, and so they aren't put through any rigorous testing or research.
They're not wrinkles, they're just crinkles.
Even though most women know these claims are suspect, the fear of looking old is so strong that in a recent survey, up to 66% women admitted that they would still buy these products in case they turn out to be effective. So not only is this $250 billion industry growing, but its consumers are also getting younger and younger. And this is where the preoccupation with aging gets weird.
कॉलेज में थे जब ये गाना आया था. अब इतनी पुरानी है.
In a recent American survey, 1 in 5 women said that they stressed about their wrinkles before the age of 24. Heads of beauty brands in India talked about a similar trend in India and said that their target market for these products has changed from the 35 to 40 bracket to women in their 20s. Studies show that social media and the growth of influencer culture have a lot to do with this demographic shift in who is buying and using anti-aging products. But the problem is bigger than that. Society has ingrained in women two very dangerous notions: that their value is tied to their beauty and their beauty is tied to their youth. And so we find ourselves in this absurd situation we're in now, where young women who actually embody the supposed ideal of youth are so panicked about losing it that they spend ridiculous amounts of money on products trying to preserve it. But there's a better way to be anti-aging: to reject the notion that it's a problem at all. Growing older is a ubiquitous human experience, and looking older will eventually happen to everyone. Growing older brings with it confidence, wisdom, true comfort with oneself, and the knowledge that youth is not central to happiness. So let's reject these negative associations with aging and embrace a future where our older looking faces represent the beauty and vitality of compassion, self-love, and kindness to ourselves. That's it for this video in the Overthinking It series. If you like our content, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to click that bell icon so you stay updated.